M0FXB, welcome to my channel. So we've got the HRI200 box here, FTM200 as well. Then we've got the YAESU FT5, which is talking via the 200. So once the HRI200 and the FTM200 are connected, then really effectively it becomes like a very expensive hotspot. But it still works great, and the good thing is you can use analog or digital radios. It doesn't have to be an FT5. I'm just showing you this working in digital. I'll show you the connections. So let's have a look around the back. On the back, we've got this USB cable that's going into my laptop. It's the one that has the filter on the right-hand side. Then we've got into radio number 1. Let's see if I can get that a bit brighter. There you go, radio number 1. It's a 10-pin plug. At the back of the radio, we've got our dummy load 10-pin plug there connected. So it's quite a nice, easy, simple connection, really. One cable. You can add a second radio with a 6-pin plug into the HRI, and that can actually be an analog radio. But anyway, that's for a separate video. So you can see nice, straightforward there. HRI200 connected there. The frequency we've set is the same on both, and I'll just show you how to set the frequency. Just on the software here, if we disconnect, go disconnect, then we go File, Transceiver, you'll get this window, and when you're on this window you can set the frequency where it says frequency here, and with the HRI200 you can select analog or analog or digital, and you can also have your own room when you're using a HRI200 box. The other thing is you don't have to register every radio. You do have to register the HRI200 box, but then it will connect to any HRI200 enabled T4FM YAESU radio, where when you're using the SCU20 cable, which looks like this, and I know there's a newer model now, you have to actually register each radio, so that's the difference. So, you know, it's a preference. I just like to have both, and then when I feel like it, I use one and another. So back to the software, and you do need to register and get yourself a room and node number for your HRI200. And I'll put a link in. I've made another video doing this, but I'll put a link in. But once you get your node number, you can log into your account, which I've done here, node owners page. And in that node owners page, they give you the links, and the software you download is the top one here. That's the software, and it would bring in the USB drivers, things like that, and even, you know, you got HRI firmware here and all kinds of things with this. To actually get your own number, just go to this page here, click member registration, put your email address here at the bottom, click send, and then they'll send you an email with all the links you need. You know, my experience, if there's not problems, because the thing is, if someone else has used if it's a second-hand radio, it could take longer. But with a new radio, it's a couple of days and you get your number. So that's it, really. I've got another more detailed, complete setup of doing this as well. But this is just a quick one, just to show you it all working. The really important one is your ports. If you look here, tools, port check. All my ports are green. They do need to be green, and I'll link in a video of how to do that. But you have to go into your router, otherwise it won't work with the HRI200. It's a bit easier with the SCU20. And I actually recommend that you use the SCU20 for digital. And when it comes to analog, you can get the SCU40 kit, and the new kit is either 57 or 58. But I don't know, it's a bit faffy, and some of the audio comes out of your laptop, and I don't really like it very much, but that's a preference. Anyway, let's just connect to one last room, and then we'll call it a day for this video. There you go. I'll just turn that up. And I'll even show you how it will work with a normal Bofang. You just go into disconnect, go file, disconnect, and go into transceiver. Select analog or FM, RXTX FM. I'll put in a frequency of my Bofang as well. Remember, we're on a dummy load here, 145500, and then click apply. We're now connected on 145500 analog. You can't hear anything on my digital radio or that frequency because I've changed it. There's the frequency there, 145500 FM. Let's grab a radio that's on that frequency. So look at that. Bofang. I can walk around the house within range of my dummy load, and that's the bowphone coming from the FTM200. There's my connection there. Bye for now, 7-3, catch you on air, all the best.